Hello and welcome to this yoga class for processing grief. My name is Amanda, and this is my graduation class with the Sacred Yoga Institute. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and get into a comfortable seat at the center of your mat. You won't need any props today, but you can grab a pillow and a blanket if you would like. And if you like to use blocks, you can feel free to grab some just in case. Notice how you're feeling as you arrive to this practice today. There's no right or wrong way to arrive. So just notice and begin to deepen your breath as you land here into your comfortable seat on your mat. Deepen your inhale and your exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Two more like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Feel the points of your body that are touching the earth, the ground beneath you. Feel your rootedness there. Imagine a cord coming from the base of your spine, traveling down through the layers of the earth into the core of the earth, the very center. You still have room and freedom to move, but you are safe, you are connected, you are grounded here. Now imagine that you are walking into a garden. As you start to imagine yourself walking into this garden, start to feel the peace of this place and allow any tension or stress in your body to move down through you, through that grounding cord and into the earth. The earth is there for us, to support us. Notice what plants surround you in this garden. What kind of garden do you see? There's no right or wrong. You can build this special place however you would like it. Maybe it resembles somewhere you've been, or maybe it's something like a dream. Keep breathing as you wander through the garden, noting the peace of this place, and bringing yourself to the center of the garden where you see a small altar. Go ahead and sit in front of this altar. You came to this class today, perhaps, carrying some sense of loss or heartbreak, some kind of devastation, or even just this sense of something isn't right here, some kind of pain that you're feeling in your heart. This space will be permission to grieve if you're ready to do so. At this altar, go ahead and with your hands, take your grief from your body and imagine yourself placing it on the altar. What does your grief look like? What is the texture, the color, the size, the consistency, the shape? Just notice what it looks like, feels like, smells like. Maybe you taste your grief. Maybe it has a sound. Just notice. This grief isn't going anywhere. We're going to come back to this altar. But we're going to let it rest here. Perhaps transform a bit on its own as we move through our physical asana practice. Take a moment to, with your hands at your heart center, bow to this grief and honor what it represented for you, what it represents for you. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you're heartbroken at the devastation of loss in the world. Maybe it's something else. Honor that now. And when you feel ready, start to stand up in your imagination, wandering back through the garden, remembering that you will be returning here at the end of this practice. We're not leaving anything behind that you don't want to. Notice how you feel as you exit the garden, coming back to your body on the mat. When you feel that you have arrived, take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to chant the heart seed mantra, Yam. I will demonstrate once, and then we will practice 3 times together. Feel free to join in. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open your eyes. Slowly and gently begin to move into the tabletop position. Your hands and knees are in parallel lines with each other. Bring your big toes to touch. Widen your knees. Sit back onto your feet, extending your arms forward. Extended child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Take 3 more breaths here on your own. Roll your forehead back and forth on the mat if that feels good. Stretch your arms forward a little more. Come back to tabletop position. Bring your hands forward slightly. Lift through your toes, tailbone up to sky, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, stretching through the feet, your calves, your hamstrings. The inside of your shoulder, your elbows, are facing the front of the mat here. Take whatever movement feels good. Stretching through the legs. Maybe shake your head, yes or no. Find a moment of stillness here. Inhale. Exhale. Step it forward, a forward fold. Your feet are hip width apart here. You can have your hands resting gently on the ground, or you can grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and sway back and forth here. Feel a stretch through your hamstring. Lower your hands to the mat. Lift up halfway, a flat back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hands above your head. Take a very slight back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step just the right leg back into a low lunge. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, move through knees, chest, chin. Inhale to gentle cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go on inhale and exhale here. And step the right leg forward. Lower your left knee. Low lunge. Inhale, step up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Step left leg back this time, lowering to the left knee. Low lunge. Plant the hands. Step through plank. Knees, chest, chin. Slide through to a gentle cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Downward dog. Bring the left leg forward, right knee lowers. Step right leg to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms overhead. Slight back bend. Hands to heart center. Take a moment here. Feel your body waking up. Do you feel light? Do you feel heavy? Are you warming up? Do you feel cold? Notice your breath here. We'll go through another round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, lower. Step back to plank this time. Lower down through onto your belly. Slightly deeper cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hop to the top of your mat. Take a walk if you prefer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms overhead. Reaching up through a slight back bend. Hands to heart center. Do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, lower down. Plant the hands. Step back to plank. This time you can move through a chaturanga if it's in your practice. or lower onto the belly. Moving either into upward facing dog or a deeper cobra here. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. Walk or hop to the top. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, hands overhead. Reach for the sky. Slight back bend. Exhale, hands through heart center. Take a moment to notice any sensation in your body. If you have anything coming up where you want to shake it out, go ahead and do that. Shake your hands, shake your legs. You can jump around a little bit. Your body's feeling restless. It's okay to shake it out. Movement can be as healing as stillness in a different situation. Beautiful. Take any last movement you need here. Maybe forward fold, shake the legs, shake the arms, let the head hang low. Make some noise if you need. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay, come through, back up, through to the center of your mat. Maybe more towards the back of your mat, depending on what kind of space you have going on. Now, after that moment of movement, let's experiment with stillness. What does that feel like? From here, inhale, bring the right leg forward. Come into warrior one, raising your hands up to the sky. What does this feel like to take the position of strength? Open up to warrior two. Looking over the middle of your right hand towards the horizon. Your tailbone is sticking out, bring it back down. You want your pelvis, your heart, and your head all stacked on top of one another. Exhale gently into reverse warrior. Cartwheel your arms down, frame your right front foot. Come through plank pose. Take a chaturanga to up dog or lower onto your belly. Coming into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, downward dog. And make your way back to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, we're at the top of our mat, so go ahead and step your right foot back. Coming into warrior one that way. Your front knee is at an angle so that your upper leg is parallel to the mat somewhat. And your back foot is angled 45 degrees. Your tailbone's down. And again, the pelvis, the heart, the head are stacked. Raise your hands overhead. Look up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Again, looking over towards the horizon. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right arm back. Lift the left arm overhead. Looking up through to the sky, reverse warrior. Cartwheel your hands down again, framing your left foot this time. Come through plank pose and move through the vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chest, chin, lower to belly, chaturanga, top dog. Down dog. And come to the top of your mat again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back up, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few deep breaths here. Again, taking any movement that feels good or supportive or natural right now. When you're ready, inhale, lift your arms overhead once again. Exhale, forward fold. And go ahead and step right back into a tabletop position. Beautiful. From here, inhale, bring your right foot between your hands. Maybe scooting back the left knee a little bit. If you need some padding here, you can fold your mat over or use a blanket for your knee. On an inhale, bring your chest towards the sky and your arms out to either side of you so they look like a cactus. Inhale, exhale, let something go here. Another inhale, exhale, come back. Frame your front foot, step your right foot back, tabletop. And come to the other side. Left leg steps forward. Inhale. Lift your arms and your chest towards the sky. Stretching through the front of the right hip. And through the upper body, we are surrendering something here. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, come to a seated position, bringing your legs out to either side at a point that feels like you're getting a stretch, but you're not pulling anything too much in the groin area. So you find a spot that feels good. Go ahead and lift up through your core, through your chest, up through your arms, arms toward the sky. We're not sinking back here, but we're lifted up through our core. Inhale, exhale over to the right side. Maybe you look down towards your knee to contain your energy. Or maybe you look up, your arm over your head, and peek through up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, lift again in the center. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Again, choosing whether it feels good to be a little more contained here, or perhaps you open up. Breathing here. One more inhale and exhale. Lift through center once again. Exhale. Release. Good. Take your hands behind your thighs. Slowly and gently bring your legs back together. Taking a moment here to go into your own little cozy place here. Your hands gripping either elbow, your head dropping down. Your spine can round here. It's like a little fort. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Slowly lift out of that beautiful little space that you can always come back to. Something that we kind of do when we're a kid. When we want to just feel our feelings, perhaps feel a moment of safety. Come into the center of your mat. Get cozy, and if you need, you can pull the fleshy part of your butt out from under you so that you can feel your sit bones firmly planted and rooted. You're going to find that strong core and flat back here. So lift up through the crown of your head as if there's almost a string pulling you from the heavens. Bend your knees. We're going to come into a boat pose variation, and then we're going to play a little bit. So go ahead and see if it feels good to lift your toes off the ground. Your hands can support you by gently holding on to the back of your thighs. Bring your feet to touch, keep them a little separated. Maybe you open up a little more with your legs. Maybe you bring your arms out to the side. Feels like too much, you can touch your toes onto the ground for a little extra support. Take a few deep breaths here. Lower your feet down if they're not already. Good. Come to lie on your back and notice how the muscles in your core are awake now, if they weren't already. When we are going through a difficult time where we're grieving and we feel that we've lost, or we have gone through really painful losses and disappointments, sometimes we forget the strength that we do carry. So this is a quick little opportunity to remember that it's there within us. So bring your lower back flush to the ground. So all of your lower back is touching the ground. And go ahead and lift your legs so that your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Bring your arms, interlace your hands, and bring that little head pillow to the back of your head, the lower part of the back of your head. We're going to take a few slow and mindful bicycles here. So inhale, exhale, inhale. Bring your right elbow to touch your left knee, extending the right leg. Switch sides. Inhale, exhale to touch. Inhale, exhale to touch. Even if you're shaking, it's okay. I'm shaking. That's the body waking up and moving energy. You can speed it up slightly, or maybe try going even slower. Wherever you are, take one more on each side. Curl up into a little ball. Lay your head back. Sway side to side with your hands on your knees. Good. Come to stillness and put your arms out to either side of you. Lower down your knees to the right side and look over your left shoulder. A supine twist to the right. Good. Using that core strength we just found in ourselves, pull your legs back to center. Inhale and exhale to the left side, looking over to the right. Back through center now. We'll bring our legs up here and bending at the knees so that our feet are closer to our face. Bring your hands to the outside edges of your feet for happy baby. Imagine here that you are connecting to the joy of a baby laughing, you as a baby, finding something so simple, so beautiful, so joyous. Just the sight of your own little toes. Straighten one leg, stretch it out, looking at your beautiful feet. Stretch the other, moving in a way that feels natural, playful, and childlike. When we have suffered loss, sometimes it feels like our joy has been taken from us. So maybe we can play with the idea that we do have access to it. What would it feel like if we could both be truly grieving and also experiencing joy? Sometimes we have many emotions, many feelings running through us at the same time. And as confusing as that may be to our minds, it's perfectly normal. There's no need to feel guilt for experiencing peace and joy and love, even in the midst of grief and a difficult time. Go ahead and start to rock back and forth along your spine as much as it feels good. Feels like a little massage on my back. When you're ready, come up to a seat. Once you've arrived in a comfortable seat, bring your palms to face each other and your fingertips to touch. We're going to move through a Kriya for 11 minutes. And this Kriya is called Get to the Heart of Grief. So I have got a timer here for us, so you don't have to worry. You can surrender into the experience. If you feel like you want to get a little more comfortable, you can come to sit up on a pillow to bring your hips up, or a blanket. From here, we're going to inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale for 5 seconds. This is the process throughout the 11 minutes. And during the breathing, you can go ahead and look at the tips of your fingers. So your eyes are not wide open, looking around, but close down a bit and focusing on your fingers. You can choose to focus on your pointer finger or your middle finger, whichever one feels better. For me, it's my middle fingers. Okay. I will lead you through a meditation, but that is the pattern that we will follow. So go ahead and start the timer with your fingers touching. Go ahead and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. And continue with this pattern. And while you breathe, move through this visualization with me. We're going to start to call on what it is that is at the heart of our grief. So maybe it is loss, this could be the loss of a person, people, the loss and devastation of war, of conflict in the world. This could be the loss of what you thought your life would be, or who you thought you should be. But it's time to let it go. Continuing your breathing pattern. Notice what this grief looks like, feels like, sounds, smells, tastes like. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. It may feel difficult to continue, but recalling the feelings associated with this grief, recalling memories associated, anything surrounding this grief. What comes up for you in your mind's eye, in the feelings and sensations in your body? This is a contained space to feel those things now. You may feel a deep sadness or emptiness, but don't go with what I suggest. If it's something different, that is what is true and real for you and for your body. Continue to breathe as you feel physically and emotionally the weight of this grief. If you need to cry, it's okay. If you want to cry, if you feel like you could cry, it's okay. If other emotions start coming up, that's okay. We're getting some good information here from our body. There's nothing wrong with how you're feeling. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold, exhale. Continue breathing, feeling, letting and allowing anything that comes up to be present. You're doing great. Now, when we experience loss, it can feel like nothing could ever replace what's gone. And while that's true, the love and the joy, the beautiful, surprising, wonderful things of life can indeed be a part of your life once again. The extent to which we love and lose, the extent to which we can hold grief and pain in our hearts, in our bodies, is the extent to which we can experience that much love and that much companionship and that much beauty and connection to something greater than ourselves, or to another human being or other human beings, or a pet, an animal, to nature. When you allow yourself to fully feel your grief, your sadness, and everything that comes along with that, you are expanding your heart. You're not broken. You're expanding. As painful as that may be. Now there's more space for more hope, more courage, more joy to come in, more of an experience of the beauty of life, more energy for moving forward and perhaps making changes that need to take place in this world. For each of us, in each and every situation, it will be different. We're still breathing in for 5, holding for 5, and exhaling for 5. There is a message that your grief is bringing to you, whether that's from a loss of a person or a pet or from a situation, and this message is one that only you really know. But as you continue to breathe, hold that message in your hands like a letter. Imagine you're opening a letter. You see something written on the page there. You feel or you hear what is written in this message. What does this message say? As you receive this loving message, hold it close to you. Hold it in your heart. Grief comes in waves. That's normal. You're never going to necessarily be completely done grieving, as this human experience does include loss, death, suffering. But if you can be with it, it will have a message for you. This message can help you carry on and move forward. I'll take one more inhale for 5. Hold for 5. And exhale for 5. Beautiful. Your hands can fall to your knees. That was 11 minutes. A little over 11 minutes. Apologies. Take a deep breath in and then exhale out. Take a spinal twist with your right hand on your left knee, looking over your left shoulder. Left hand comes to right knee, right arm behind, sitting up tall. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe. Both arms up to the sky. Stretch as high as you can. Inhale. Let something go. Going to come into Shavasana for our final resting pose. So go ahead and lay down. You can use a pillow to lay your head on. You want to get really cozy here. So grab a blanket, grab some socks if you need them, an eye mask or eye pillow, and then make your way back to the mat to lie flat on your back for Shavasana. Yourself all nice and cozy. Maybe you put a bolster or a blanket under, rolled up blanket under your knees for some support. Oh, maybe you just lie flat on your mat and that feels good to you today. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, release your body into the mat. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the earth once again. In your mind's eye, finding yourself laying in a peaceful spot in the garden, once again where we began. Imagine yourself opening your eyes in this garden and looking around, seeing the plants, maybe the birds are singing, maybe there's a lot of sunshine, maybe you prefer cloudy weather. Just notice what it looks like in your garden. There are no wrong answers here. Looking around, add anything you need to make this garden more peaceful. And imagine yourself slowly standing in your garden, taking a big stretch, and slowly starting to walk through the winding paths back to the altar where we began. Look again at what you left at the altar and notice how it looks and feels and smells, what it sounds like, if it has a taste. Has it changed? Maybe it's been totally alchemized into something else, like gold or silver. or a beautiful crystal. Or maybe it looks just like how you left it, or anywhere in between. There are no wrong answers here. Breathe in and reach out and take what was left on the altar back with you. If you would like, you can leave it here for further transformation. And come back to it again whenever you would like, wherever you are, whatever you're doing in your day. Space is always here for you. Soften the skin of your face as you come back to your body in this space. And sink into the earth beneath you a little more. Soften your jaw. Relax your arms, your torso, your pelvis, your thighs, your lower legs, and your feet. You can stay in this resting position as long as you would like. If you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your head side to side. Breathe in, breathe out. Start to roll onto one side, curling up into a ball, a little cocoon. When you're ready, come back into seated position. Your eyes still closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me and mostly for showing up for yourself today. Remember to give yourself so much grace and compassion during this time. Don't forget to Keep breathing and showing up for yourself. You're stronger than you think. Get support if you need it. People around you to lift you up in this time. Bowing your head to your hands. Thank yourself for the work that you've done here, the release that you've had, the love that you've shown yourself. Again, thank you so much for sharing this time and practice with me. Lots of love. Namaste.